Hey everyone. So I'm gonna quickly get through this little intro part here because I had a little issue that came up while I was recording the intro part of that of this video that I already got through, and then I'll explain when we get to my actual character I'm doing this. But I had already gotten through this intro part, so I just want to quickly show it to you, and then we'll switch back.
At
So
your service. May the
after
light give
the
you
holy weapon in
strength.
this one, a secret order of paladins has been watching over the resting place of the great Titan Watcher Tyr for hundreds of years. Histories tell that his powerful warhammer is buried there with him. Recent events have threatened the safety of their secret charge, and they have appealed for help from paladins across Azeroth. Just to reiterate, I decided I'm going to redo the paladin ones and a couple other ones. Of the artifact weapon quests, not the campaigns. And this now takes place after the Arms Warrior and the Shadow Priest, and we're going to be going back to Tyr's Fall. Okay, so, gosh, anyways, yeah, doing that.
We will prevail.
It appears we have been afforded a unique opportunity. A small order of paladins has come forward claiming to know the location of Tyr's tomb. They say they are the protectors of his warhammer, but that ancient weapon is now imperiled. I'd like you to speak with Travard, with their leader, to find out more about this artifact.
Walk always
I
in.
want that tint for Oryx armor. It looks awesome.
For Tyr!
Travard's part of a group called the Tyr's Guard. My order guards a powerful secret. We are the keepers of the final resting place of the mighty Tyr. Recent intrusions have proven his tomb's location to be a secret no longer, referring to Arms Warrior and Shadow Priest. We must protect the sacred relic stored there, the Silver Hand. We must reclaim the Silver Hand before those with evil intent can seize it, to free it from its wards. We need relics called the Spark of Tyr. I have one, as does my brother Galford. He journeyed to Northrend to seek aid from the Tyr's homeland, but has not returned. I must ask you to find him and his spark.
Until we meet,
Alright.
my brother spoke of a dragon called Lanagosa at Wormrest Temple. Seek her out while I prepare a strike force for the tomb.
Alright, so now we're going to switch to my actual character. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we are back on my actual character that I wanted to do this for. I'm sorry, I wanted to get through that because I just felt frustrated because I had spent some time talking about some things, and I didn't want to do it on a false character. I wanted to do this on my actual character that I have here. There's nothing worse than spending time talking about something, and then something comes up that forces you to, to have to, start, what you're recording over, and then you have to go, okay, what did I talk about? Like, you're trying to remember the things that you talked about, so anyways, let me see. So, Holy Paladin is one of those that I have actually kind of struggled playing in the past. There are specs in this game that I've had a tendency to struggle playing, and Holy Paladin is one of them. It's a play style that I have in the past kind of struggled with, but I have seen some really good Holy Paladins. Not just like seeing them like on a video or a stream, but I have gotten a chance to play with some good Holy Paladins. I once did a plus 16 Atal'Dazar on my Demon Hunter, and we had a Holy Paladin healer. This was during Bursting Week, for those of you who know what Bursting is. And there were times in that run we got some high stacks, like 4, 5, 6 stacks. We didn't die once. We beat that run with a handful of seconds left, with only a couple of deaths total, and that was actually by our healer during that final boss in that dungeon. I don't know what they did or how to res, other than I think we had a bear tank, and maybe he used his res on our paladin, but let's just say I was very impressed by the healing of that and play of that Holy Paladin that day, to the point where it's one of those times where I've been impressed where I'm like, I want to be able to play that spec like that. I'm confident, playing Prot Paladin which seems pretty nice. I've been doing Prop Paladin and the Headless Horseman farming runs these days. If you can't tell by the pumpkins, it's Hallow's End, which means I've been farming the Headless Horseman's mount. And I've been mainly playing Prot Paladin because it's easier to get into as both a tank and healer. And Prot seems strong. But I've always wanted to get better at playing Holy, since it's one of those specs that for a long time has been considered one of the marquee healing specs in the game, going back to the days of vanilla. So I've always wanted to get better at playing this spec. It's a spec I've really yearned to get better at playing. So that brings me back to this character here. The light. You guys remember this light forge that I made some time ago, right? If you guys see the video where I unlocked the Lightforged Draenei as an allied race, I made Iruna here quite some time ago. And I basically only played her as a healer. I just, realized that with the leveling boost, XP boost that we were getting, that course queuing for dungeons meant we were going to get a ton of XP. So I decided I was going to strictly play her primarily as a Holy Paladin and healer in dungeons, mainly, just so everyone knows I'm busy making a video, mainly just to try and get better at it, learn it from the ground up. Like, as I'm leveling, I'm like, oh, I picked this up, now this goes with this, Now, of course, with the Shadowlands pre-patch changes, some things are a little different. Like, I only have a couple of talents, some of which have changed, though, like, I don't remember this being here before. Saved by the Light at level 25, which is when an ally with your beacon is damaged below 30% health, they absorb the next 807 damage, and you cannot shield the same person when this way twice within 1 minute, which I found very, I don't remember that being there before. But yeah, that was one of the things I actually learned the hard way some time ago. Also, auras are back. So auras are now a thing for all 3 specs for paladins. I do not have the other auras, like Devotion Aura, yet. That's at level 28. I'm at level 27 right now, so for now, we'll just go ahead and activate Crusader Aura. And then we'll get Devotion Aura later, which is, of course, the aura everyone basically goes with, which reduces damage taken. Though I was always fond of that aura where it just did, healing, constant healing every couple seconds. But, yeah. You can see here, this is some of the stuff that is currently unlocked. I always liked Light's Hammer, damage and healing, both at the same time. Don't get Light of Dawn until 34. And we don't get our big mass res until 44. So, yeah. But I still have, Holy Light, Flash of Light, and, of course, Holy Shock. Plus we have Word of Glory, which is ability I do not recall Paladins having until this pre-patch. So it's basically somewhat like the quick heal that Prot Paladins had, but this one actually can be for a friendly target, either for yourself or for an ally. So it's some interesting changes for Holy Paladin I'm looking forward to. By the way, do you guys like my transmog for her? This is the full set from, I believe it's the Black Temple in the Burning Crusade. Yep, it's this set right here. You actually don't just get this from Black Temple, you get this from a couple of other raids as well, including Battle for Mount Hyjal. Blah, blah, blah. And there's a shield called Barricade of Light. And this is the mace that drops from Archimonde in Hellfire Citadel. I believe it's called the Gavel of the Eridar, which I just thought was fitting for a Lightforged Draenei to wield. And, yeah. I thought it was a pretty cool-looking transmog for her, so... Anyways. Also, I have a couple of cute little pets for her. This Sunborn Valkyr, which I thought, this actually works pretty well. But then, of course, there's this one right here. It's a little Naru. And it's cute. Get it? It's cute. Anyways. Alright, so. We're heading to Dragonblight. Let's see if they have... Yep, the portal for me is actually back. It's right down there. Lightforged get this as their divine steed. why the Dalran Crater one is there. Oh well. It's probably because we're going there later, so, but anyways. Again, just to remind you guys, this is supposed to follow the events that I showed you in the Arms Warrior quest and then the Shadow Priest quest, where now the Holy Priest is going to be heading there afterwards. Excuse me, Lanagosa?
Blue is best.
Hello, Paladin. I sense that you have business with me? I do. I am looking for a paladin named Galford. Ah, yes, a very studious sort he was, eager to hear stories of Tyr, the Titan Keeper. I told him of the battle between Galakron and Tyr, and how Caligos saw Tyr's severed hand at Galakron's rest. Galford got very excited and left. Is your friend safe? In truth, I do not know. I will seek him out. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I'm a Draenei. In truth, I do not know. I will seek him out.
All right, then. Galakron's rest can be dangerous. Perhaps a tracking spell will be of use. There. A bit of magic to help you follow in Galford's footsteps. Good luck.
Thank you. Actually, hold on.
Hello there. See you around.
Alright, so we'll head there in just a second, but first things first. Yes, I thought having this mount for a Light Forged was appropriate. Whoops. Look, you gotta unlock the Flight Masters. Priorities, people. By the way, can you tell I was stocking up on stuff to get my mana back? There were a couple times in dungeons I did need them. And then I found out some of them had a item requirement. And I was like, what? So yeah, this is Galakron's Rest. Yeah, Galakron was a massive dragon back in the day. Huh. An old campfire with a couple of bottles. Galford must have been here. Whoa!
Your friend came seeking answers. His mind flooded by memories stored in the spark of the Noble Watcher. He learned of Tyr's ancient battle against Galakron, and of the hand he lost in the dragon's maw.
So, as the name was probably easy to tell, that was the spirit of a Tonka. Just to remind all of you that the Tonka still exists. Remember, the Tonka were a group of Tauren we met and actually officially joined the Horde. It was actually a whole quest back in Wrath. So, remember, they're not gone. They're still around. Which is funny because they're still not playable and the High Mountain are, you know? Some people thought, why not just make the Tonka playable instead of the High Mountain? But anyways. This is going to be a little interesting, especially with some of these storm giants that are still here. And of course, some of the frost worms as well. Let's hope these guys don't give me too much trouble. Huh. Interesting. Broken sword.
A silver hand was forged by Jotun, Tyr's dearest friend for many ages. When Tyr found proof of Loken's betrayal, it was Jotun who stayed behind to hold off the fallen Watcher's pursuit.
Scavengers. A carelessly dropped note. Ancient warnings be damned. I should have made this pilgrimage years ago. The spark of Tyr possesses memories. It has granted me amazing visions of history. It led me here and showed me how the wounded Tyr was aided by his noble companion Jotun. It was Jotun who helped replace the Watcher's hand and engraved his warhammer with Tyr's new symbol. The stone giant still lives, wandering this broken pathway. It is time to meet this Jotun. Once he recognizes the spark, I have no doubt the giant will aid our cause. I will comment on Jotun when we get there.
Your friend sought out Jotun, but the spark did not warn him of the cruel curse with which Loken twisted the Watcher's mind. The Paladin rushed to the chasm south of here, only to meet his doom.
Okay. Looks like we're just doing this on now, huh? Alright. You know what? Fine. How about this? That's right, I'm fighting as a healer! This is something I've always liked about Holy Paladins, that it feels like they are fully capable of handling themselves in fights like this. Though right now I do have a debuff that hurts, but hey, I'm a healer! I can just heal myself! I'm fine. This is the Paladin class Hall Order mount. It was a bit of a teensy bit of a pain to get. Not nearly as much as the one you had to get back in the days of vanilla. It was kind of a little reference to it. But the second half of that quest, as I showed on camera in a separate video, was a pretty awesome portion of that quest. But I do still like this mount.
I've been looking all over for you. Have you
Oh,
found...
hey, Langosa.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I am truly sorry. It looks as though your friend was crushed. What could have...
Leave this place! Loken's curse compels me to slay the allies of Tyr. Until he comes to collect Tyr's spark, I must defend it.
Oh gosh.
What is
Don't.
this essence the giant speaks of? I would have words with you.
In a moment. So, Jotun, if you've done any of the Wrath content, you probably have noticed Jotun. Because the thing is, Jotun has actually been here since Wrath. He's actually an NPC, an elite, that has been just wandering through Dragonblight and Wrath. Because he was basically an abandoned plot thread. They actually had plans to do more with him back in Wrath, but they were basically dropped, and thus it never went anywhere, and he just kind of kept wandering around Wrath with nothing to do, and no way for us to, like, do anything with him or interact with him in terms of a continuation of a questline or anything. And this is one of the things about Legion that I love. the amount of times that they have actually decided to try and wrap up, or continue plot threads that were just outright abandoned, going all the way back to the days of Warcraft 1, all the way, through, vanilla and all the way through to Legion. Like, okay, here was a plot thread that was abandoned, we just, didn't continue. Let's actually continue it and finish it or wrap it up. So this is one of those things where now there's an actual reason for Jotun here. He actually gets to have his, resolution here in terms of him wandering around. There's an actual reason for it now. It's something I really like about this.
What brings you out here?
But yeah, just to reiterate, there's Galford. So, tell me what is going on. What is it that you seek? Galford was the bearer of a spark of Tyr's essence. It seems that Jotun killed him and took it. I need the spark to claim Tyr's warhammer, the Silver Hand.
I should get back to it. A just cause, hero. I shall stand with you against the might of Jotun. Be ready!
You leave me no choice. I must destroy.
I am big.
Pain. It frees my mind of the curse. For the moment. Loken's enchantment won't let me die. We have only a moment before I fall into madness again. Here is the spark. Take it and flee. Keep the memory of my fallen friend alive.
The Spark of Tyr.
If you desire, I can take you back to your city in the sky. I will return later for Galford's remains.
Thank you, Lanagosa.
For Tyr!
Thanks, Jotun. It all goes back to Loken. But then again, it really goes back to Yogg-Saron.
Well met.
I am Tyr's Guard. We are a secret order of paladins that have been guarding a great secret for a very long time. Unfortunately, current events have caused us to end our secrecy, aka the warrior and priest had to deal with the Twilight's Hammer infiltrating that place. What secret order? For centuries, our order has guarded and kept hidden a sacred site, the Tomb of Tyr. Tyr, a Titan keeper, performed many valiant acts for the good of Azeroth, until he was brought low by treachery and the power of the old gods. The treacherous Loken sent powerful Cathraxi to slay Tyr. He fought them off, killing one and forcing the other to flee, but it cost him his life. Some of the Vrykul that accompanied Tyr were so moved by his sacrifice, they remained behind to guard his tomb. These Vrykul were eventually replaced by humans. Us. We have kept the world from discovering its location for a very long time. Until recently. So there's some of the backstory about Tyr and why he actually has his own tomb, and why that place is basically named after him. Tyr's Fall. So I'm sorry to tell you about your brother. A terrible loss. You have the spark that he held, though, and I have another. We must press on. I will mourn Galford another day. Too many know of its location. The tomb must be closed forever. First, we must reclaim the hammer. Tyrosus has lent us a force to aid in the recovery of the hammer, and some of my order will meet us there as well. But I fear even that may not be enough. I'm glad that we'll have you with us. Take the portal to Dalaran Crater, and then fly to Tyr's Fall Glades and meet us. I've marked the location on your map.
May Tyr guide you. You can make your way there through the portal to Dalaran Crater. I will meet you there with additional forces. Efrina, find your brother and rally at the tomb.
Yeah, or I could just simply, use this scroll I was just handed. So yeah, once we get underway here, this is going to turn into another healer quest, just like what I showed you earlier with the Holy Priest as well as the Mistweaver. So, remember, the last time we were here, as first as an arms wearer and then as a shadow priest, we had to clear out this place of a bunch of the Twilight's Hammer. This time, they're all just gone. Like, they're just like, nope, we are out. Like, they did not bother coming back this time. In fact, we don't even have to face them because this is what remains of them. They're already dead. We get here, these guys have already gone ahead and slaughtered whatever Twilight's Hammer forces were already here. Yeah, it's like, nope, we're just taking these guys down. And of course the Argent Dawn would be like, nope, when it comes to the Twilight's Hammer. Of course they would.
Ah, there you are. The area was secured at great cost. This cannot continue. We must retrieve the Silver Hand and destroy the entrance to the tomb. I will complete the ritual to release the hammer and collapse the tomb. But we must be quick. I can sense evil emanating from the tomb.
Yeah.
You and I shall lead a small team in first. Let me know when you are ready.
Alright.
Well met.
Danger still lurks within the tomb. Curse all the meddlers. If you keep us alive, we will clear the way. I'm ready to enter.
Until we meet again, just a brief swim, and we'll reach the tomb.
So yeah, you'll see why this is the third and final of this Tyr's Fall set of quests by the end of this.
Behold!
Faceless
Tomb of
ones.
Tyr, built by the mighty... Wait. These monsters dare befoul the tomb!
Nostrovard's health bar is here.
Stand! Destroy these abominations! It pains me to see such destruction threaten the resting place of the Silver Hand. Look there! Watch yourselves! Let us cleanse this chamber! Well done, everyone. Let's wait. What is that? Last we can begin. After the ritual is complete and we have the hammer, the complex will collapse, sealing Tyr's resting place forever. Something is wrong. One of the other sparks isn't here. Wait. I can sense it below. Probably taken by one of those monsters. We must have it. We will begin the search when you are ready, champion. Greetings. Once we clear an area, reinforcements will secure it. Onward, paladins!
It often feels like if I don't use Flash of Light, I'm not going to get my heal cast off in time to save my teammate from dying. Because I like Holy... See what I mean? Look at that. Did you see how fast they died? If I use Holy Light instead of Flash of Light, that's how it feels it's going to happen. And because if you spam Flash of Light, because he uses more mana...
Press on!
It feels like I would go much faster. And of course, there's nothing worse for a healer than going
I'll take care of this.
I was like, come on, Trevard. What do you want me to do?
This chasm oozes darkness. Light protect us. That thing has what we need. Prepare yourselves, friends! Well met.
It's very unstable now thanks to the previous visitors. We need to kill that thing to get what we need, but I'm not sure what it will do to our surroundings. It would be best to kill it quick and get out of here. Just say the word. I'm ready to enter.
Destroy the monster! For the light! No!
Wow!
Gone!
Oh, that's right. It's scripted. I forgot. Yeah. I don't care how good of a healer you are. When your teammates die that fast, it's like, look, there's no way I could have out-healed all that damage that fast.
Brothers and sisters, I am all that remains of the Tyr's guard. I have the spark. The battle this place has seen has warped reality too much. We must finish this now. We have wounded! Aid them while I cover you!
Well met. The nodding.
Life to consume.
A dark presence emerges from the void. Something big. We need to move now.
Yeah. We can't take that on. That's a big one. We have to go. We have to go. Trevard, turn around and run this way.
Everything is in place for me to complete the ritual. All of you, defend the tunnel!
Yeah.
That thing is too powerful. Focus on staying alive and keep it at bay.
That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to help keep them alive. And I am going oom.
Just a few more moments. Stay strong. It is done.
Yeesh.
Quickly, take up the hammer. In so doing, you will ensure Tyr's remains are protected for all time.
The Silver Hand. Now let's go.
We have the hammer! Everyone run! The tomb is collapsing!
Your escape means nothing. We'll find you again.
Apologies for the hasty retreat. The tomb's collapse was triggered by the hammer's removal. Though his halls are no more, Tyr is now protected by several tons of stone and water. The prison is buried as well. I can think of no one better to hold the Silver Hand. Wield it well. Return to Tyrosus and tell him of our success. We will meet again.
Of course. Very well, Chavard. I hope we get a follow-up to this at some point someday. I like Chavard. Plus, it's always cool finding out more stuff about Tyr. I think they finally fixed the falling with style bug. So, this is the Silver Hand. Some people like it, some people don't, in terms of its appearance. I've always been in favor of, like, the idea of, like, a mace that's like looks like a big giant hammer that can just swing down and pow. Plus, I like its glowing, light effect. I also like its upgrade appearance and its secret appearance, which I do have and I will show off. So, It's a two-handed mace, which means if you want to continue your one-handed and shield wielding as a Holy Paladin, you kind of had to sacrifice that and do a two-handed, which I'm not opposed to, since, of course, some other Paladins just, are awesome with the two-handers. So this used to have a thing where you would equip it, your armor itself would be increased by 30%, which increasing armor on a Holy Paladin, a healer, is actually pretty awesome. So it just made you a more tanky healer, which the thing about Holy Paladins is that they've always been considered one of the tankiest healers in the game. It also granted the Tyr's Deliverance ability, which unleashes a torrent of healing on nearby allies, which, if I am not mistaken... Hold on a second, because if I recall, it was a talent in BFA. I think it may actually be gone now. Unless, hold on, maybe it's on talent, maybe they made it baseline. Nope, doesn't look like it. Let me double check here. Nope. So, I recall it being that being a talent that you could pick for a Holy Paladin in BFA. Apparently, it's gone now. So, anyways. So, Tyrosus, as you can see, we were successful.
Azeroth will not fall while we stand.
I am heartened at your successful quest. We have been waiting for you to return. With you on our side, I know the Legion will fall. But before we march on the Broken Isles, we must put High Lord Tyrion to rest. Well, actually, we can do that after we do the Retribution quest, but... this is why it's like, ideally, the idea is that you do the Retribution quest first, and then the other two, because here you basically have a funeral for Tyrion, but then we find out Tyrion's still alive, and we can save him. So it just seems more fitting that once you do the Retribution first, to find Tyrion, see his death, then you have the actual funeral. But yeah, anyways. There is but one place suitable for a paladin of his caliber, Light's Hope Sanctum, one of the best order halls in the game. A secret bastion of the light hidden beneath our chapel. Paladins the world over are on their way to the ceremony. I know Tyrion would want you there most of all. One of the things I like about this order hall for the paladins is that you can bind your Hearthstone to Light's Hope Chapel, and you can just go straight back there. It's so great for playing a Paladin in Legion, because you have two Hearthstones, basically, to go straight back to the Order Hall. Because you can also do this with the Dalaran Hearthstone. So,
You can always count on me.
alright. So now, let me show you guys how to get to the Paladin Order Hall. Now, I showed you this on the Horde, where you go over there to Windrunner Sanctuary, and you have the two portals over here. On the Alliance, you come over here. Into the Greyfang Enclave. There's the portal to Stormwind, and then right up here is the portal to the Sanctum of Light. Below Light's Hope Chapel, one of my absolute favorite order halls in all of Legion. Now, to keep on hammering this point, no pun intended, but the fact that I'm wielding a big hammer, the point that I was making about how the order halls of other classes have notable characters of the class in the order hall instead of the warrior, The Paladin is one of the best examples of all of them that I can think of, because just first off, take notice here. We have Defenders of Argus, Sunwalkers, Fist of Argus, Silver Hand Protectors, Sister Elda, a named, one keeper of ancient tomes.
How are ya?
I'll deal with that later. A Silver Hand Knight, a Blood Guardian, different factions of paladins. The Silver Hand. Green Stout Mantle. You're going to see a lot of named paladins here. The contrast between the Paladin Order Hall and the Warrior Order Hall, for example, is astounding. Whereas no named warriors of significance are in the Warrior Order Hall, look at all the named paladins that are in this one room alone.
We will prevail.
It is fitting that you are here. Time and again, you have fought to save our world. Now, I fear I must ask you to undertake an even greater act of service. The Paladins of Azeroth must stand united behind a single leader. With Tyrion's passing, you are the one most worthy to wear the mantle of High Lord. If you agree to accept this duty, inscribe your name into the Librum of Ancient Kings, and I will address the masses on your behalf. The Order of the Silver Hand is reborn, with you as its champion.
So, once again, to reiterate this point, he just said that all the Paladins of Azeroth are here not just to honor Tyrion, because, of course, why wouldn't they be here to honor Tyrion Fordring, but to acknowledge you now as the new High Lord in Tyrion Fordring's place of all the Paladins of Azeroth, of the Order of the Silver Hand. Which is awesome. Whereas with the Warrior, you don't become anything other than Odin's sandwich boy. Anyways. Again, and once again, just for, this makes more sense if you do the Retribution quest first. Plus, not only do you get the confirmation of Tyrion actually passing away in that quest, but then you also show up here not with the Silver Hand, but with the Ashbringer, which everyone here is going to know the Ashbringer, and they see you walking in with it, having it been passed over to you from Tyrion himself. It just makes it so much more thematic and awesome. So if you do try out a Paladin and Legion for the first time, I highly, highly recommend do Retribution first, because thematically and storyline-wise, it makes it feel even better. So, I've already shown that version on camera back in the day. So, but, since I've been mainly playing this character as Holy, I wanted to start off with Holy, which, people are going to go, the Silver Hand, because they probably know that this this was connected to Tyr. So, who was a big deal amongst all the paladins. So,
These fine men and women need a leader. Your deeds prove you are the clear choice to bear that burden. Come, I will address them on your behalf. Paladins of Azeroth, you've gathered to mourn the loss of High Lord Tyrion Fordring. Many of you look to him as an ideal, the paragon of what we all strive to be. Let us observe a moment of silence for a great soldier, leader, and friend. In the light, we are one, brother. Always. Inscribe your name into the Librum of Ancient Kings, so that we may begin the ceremony.
in a moment, but just to once again hammer this point in. Again, no pun intended, but I just once again want to really emphasize this. Look at this. Orc Trueheart, a Pony Brightmane from the Sunwalkers, Melhar Dawnblade, Sissa Dawnrose, Lady Liadrin, Elgor Dawnbringer, Julia Celeste, Lord Dalforce, Vindicator Boros, Irulan Trueblade, Crusader Valis, Aina. These two guys had a questline dedicated to them in Cataclysm, Sunstrike, and Goldbraids. Arthur the Faithful, Erator. Of course, he plays a relevant role much later when his parents come back. Tyza Battleforge, Vindicator Corrin, Crusader McKellar, Sunwalker, Atomo. Are you guys getting the point here? These are all names. None of these are generic characters. These are all named paladins throughout all of Warcraft, going back to the days of vanilla. Vindicator Batun, Vindicator Kuros, Sunwalker Rhea, Sunwalker Sairn, Veilgar Highforge, Sunwalker Desco. Remember the heartbreaking quest for him back in Pandaria with his wife and his 2 sons? This is just such an awesome showcase. This is why I loved playing a paladin in Legion. Stuff like this. This really helps really make you feel better about playing a paladin compared to the warrior. But anyways, like, to me, this is one of those order halls that really helps elevate the fantasy of the class. Just to re-show you, look at all these named characters who are known paladins throughout this setting in this game. Awesome stuff. Not to mention also the statues around this very room of known paladins throughout the history of this place, including Tyrion right over there. There's Murad. I mean, we just lost him in Warlord, so of course Murad is already here because Murad was awesome. Just awesome stuff. And of course, I'm pretty sure this right here, I'm just going to double check. I'm pretty sure this is Uther. I mean, that's a pretty iconic weapon he's got right there. There's usually nameplates for each of these. So, anyways.
You all know the noble deeds of the champion at my side. This hero has been chosen by the light to succeed Tyrion as High Lord. Under our new leader, this order shall become a mighty weapon brought to bear against the Legion. We must stand together against the coming darkness. We must cast aside the shackles of race and kingdom. We must unite
and faction.
The Blood Knights stand by you, High Lord. Azeroth will not fall.
The light thanks you.
We pledge ourselves to your cause, High Lord.
Thank you, friend.
On this day, the Order of the Silver Hand is reborn. Together, Sargeras himself shall shudder at our might.
Awesome stuff.
At your service.
We have done it, High Lord Iruna. The Order of the Silver Hand is reborn.
And now I have Devotion Aura.
I think we are ready to reintroduce ourselves to the Legion on the Broken Isles. Lord Grayson Shadowbreaker has volunteered to help coordinate our forces on the ground. You should speak with him immediately, High Lord.
Lord Shadowbreaker will be expecting you. This way.
This is also one of my favorite parts about this order hall, and a couple of other order halls do this as well. You get a buff called March of the High Lord, which increases your movement speed by an extra 30%.
Lord Shadowbreaker, the High
There's Iron
Lord
Hammer.
would like to peruse the reconnaissance you've gathered on the Broken Isles.
And they just, they're here for you. This is the guy, by the way, that you go to get your order hall mount and select which one you want to use to be in place for your divine steed. So,
Off with you.
Well met.
all right.
Be careful.
So, this is where you start to do some of the other stuff. Oh, hey, look, there's Quell Sarar, which I do have. I also like how you have various different other kinds of... Let me go ahead and now show off the Order Hall a bit more, because I want to, because it looks awesome. You have other various different kinds of weapons here on display. Paladin-like weapons, maces, swords, shields that paladins would have used. And of course, lots and lots of different books and such. There's, Crusade Commander Dawnbringer there with the that iconic sword there. This is the guy who has, the set, which I've almost finished, actually. I only need the shoulders for the silver hand set, which, in case you're curious, looks like this. I think it looks really cool. The only piece I don't have is the shoulders, and in order to get this, you need to get exalted with the Nightfallen. So, I just have to do the Nightfallen campaign with my Paladin, which I haven't done, but right now it's a great time to do it because you're getting double the XP you normally would. This is where the appearances for your weapon will be on display right over here. This is the book that has the lore of the weapons. That's the portal that takes you back to Dalaran. And if you want, instead of going back to Dalaran, if you wanted, you can go up here. And you're back in Light's Hope Chapel in the Eastern Plaguelands. And if you want, you can just simply go right here, talk to Jessica Chambers.
Safe travel.
And bind your Hearthstone here. So now you can just quickly, wherever you are, you can just hearth right back here, to this, place here. You want to go back down to the Order Hall area? You click on that. It's a secret passage. And you're back in the Sanctum of Light. It's awesome. I love the Order Halls that give you an extra, very quick option to get straight back to the Order Hall. And of course, because you have this speed buff, you're able to get around even faster, which is just awesome. I mean, look at this. It also shows some of the different, variations, like the Hand of Argus, the Silver Hand, the Blood Knights, the Sunwalkers. Just little areas dedicated to each of the different variations and factions of the Paladins in Azeroth. It's awesome stuff. Okay, so the nameplates are now on these statues, because they weren't there before, but they are now. So, now we've got some generic ones here in the, the seats here now, but they were the named characters there before. So, that's General Lena Stormpike, a stalwart combatant and defender of justice, fallen defending her home from the foul demons of the Burning Legion. Azeroth is darker for her passing. For the Stormpikes. And of course, this is Tyrion.
I am out of range.
Friend, brother, mentor, High Lord Fordring was a paragon of the light, an exemplar of what all paladins strive to be. May his spirit guide us in the dark days to come.
This is Turalian.
None sacrificed more than the High General. May we always walk in his path, so we too might safeguard the innocent as he did. By blood and honor we serve.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a little different in the future, but anyways. And of course, as I mentioned, Uther the Lightbringer.
First Paladin, father of the original Order of the Silver Hand, guiding light for all. May we honor his legacy in all that we do.
over here is Lady Mara Fordragon. If I recall, this was Bolvar's wife, if I recall. I'm going to have to relook this up, but obviously with the name Fordragon, we know who she's related to. High Clerist of Stormwind, patron of the refugees who fled to Lordaeron after the First War. She was the bright mother of our future. May she rest in the light. Crom Dawnhammer. His legendary shining hammer guided countless innocents to safety during the rise of the Scourge in Lordaeron. May he finally rest at peace. Of course, this is Alexandros Mograine, wielding the Ashbringer, just like Tyrion over there. The beginning of a legend still spoken of in hushed whispers. His memory will never be forgotten, just as the forces of darkness will never forget his blade. And last but not least, Murad. He always sought to protect those who could not protect themselves. Murad made the ultimate sacrifice in Draenor to save one of our own. Yeah, I have a feeling someday we're going to hear back from Yarel. And I'm not talking about the Maghar quest. I'm talking about later. I'm talking about somewhere down the line in the future. Here's Catherine the Pure, by the way. Another paladin trainer. Just once again, a named class. I'll stop. I hope I've made my point about the how awesome the Paladin Order Hall is with all the named paladins here compared to no named warriors in the Warrior Order Hall. Okay, I'm done. So, when we return to Iruna here, I will be showing either the Prot Paladin quest or the Retribution Paladin Artifact quest. So stay tuned.